we're now being joined by Lere Olayinka. He is the SSA Strategic Communications to the FCT Minister, and he's here to provide updates on the approval for the revocation of over 1,000 property across the capital city after owners failed to clear outstanding ground rent, land use conversion charges, and CFO fees within the 14-day ultimatum that expired November 25 this year. Thank you, Mr. Olayinka, for coming here.
Good evening. Thanks for having me once again.
I mean, that introduction alone set the background as to why you're here. Quite a mouthful. But let me ask you, what seems to be the problem here? Why do you think people did not comply? You said you have published multiple public notices between May and November, yet they are not complying. Is it that they do not exist? You do not know these owners? What exactly is the problem?
Well, I won't want you to use that word. People did not comply.
Okay.
People complied.
Okay.
On ground rent, we published 34,794 in May. As of today, more than 3,900 complied. That is more than 80%. So if you have 80% compliance, then you can say that people complied.
Okay.
So those who on the issue of land use conversion, that one was like two months ago, and we have like almost like 50% compliance. So people complied.
Okay.
Some people probably choose not to comply based on reasons known to them, and government will not be the one to force them to come and comply. If as an examiner you give exam to like 100 students and 80 students pass, the teacher of that school cannot be blamed for not teaching the student very well. You cannot blame the teachers. So people complied. Those who did not comply, maybe they know why. Maybe they no longer need the properties.
And you've not, I mean, the FCT has not gone out of its way to find out why this 1,096 people have not complied. Considering the fact that this actually, I mean, some of the names we've seen, prominent Nigerians, from former First Lady Patience Goodluck Jonathan, and I mean, a list of influential names.
It is not
why exactly?
It is not the business of the government to start going to people's houses to find out why they did not do what they should do. People don't come to government. Like today, we went to Akpo Karshi Road was awarded 2011, 14 years ago. The road was abandoned. A government of Asiwaju Bola Tinubu under Barrister Wike as the FCT minister has re-awarded that contract, terminated the contract and re-awarded it to a new contract. And as of today, the contractor has moved to site. Right. And the minister did not sit in his office to be receiving his report to say, oh, okay, he went there by himself.
So what will happen to these revoked licenses? I mean, will they be reassigned?
The moment CFO is revoked, it reverts to the owner, to the government. Right. And the owner of the land in FCT as of today is the FCT minister, holding the land in trust for the president. So he's the one that gives approval for land, and is the one that can take land. As of today, he has taken those 1,095 titles. And people, and let me also say this again, Section 28(5)(a) and B of the Land Use Act is very clear. There are conditions set in the RFO. When you are issued with RFO and CFO, conditions set there. And contravention of any of those conditions is automatic forfeiture of that title. But the government of Wike is not doing that. It's using, at least putting some level of human face and saying, oh, even though you have done, for instance, people were allocated land for residential purposes.
Right.
They changed the land use to commercial. Some have used the land to build hotel, some have built some shopping complex, some have built all kinds of things. That alone is a contravention, and it should be that allocation, that title should be revoked automatically. But the minister has not done that. He has said, okay, even though I know that you have contravened the land, you have contravened the purpose of which this land was allocated to you. Okay, no problem. You want this land was given to you for residential. you have built hotel. We are not going to sanction you for this. We have agreed with you that you have built hotel. We have even without you applying, I have even approved your conversion. That is, the minister has even approved that conversion with that, instead of punishing them. He has helped them. And he has also now said that, okay, you got an allocation maybe 30, 40 years ago. For 99 years, you have spent 40 years, meaning that that title remained for 55 years, for like 50 years. Okay. But the man he has approved now that come and take a new CFO that will be for 99 years.
All right. Mr. Lere Olayinka, as I understand, you are moving to enforcement stage of this revocation now, but I'll come back to ask you my question. Let's take this report so you can also react to it. In the Federal Capital Territory, a group of Nigerian women are crying out for justice over the dispossession of their source of livelihood in Maitama district of Abuja called Trinity Garden.
It's been weeks since the Department of Development Control under the Federal Capital Territory Authority, FCTA, demolished Trinity Garden, located on Aguiyi Irunse Street in Maitama district of Abuja. Trinity Garden, a once flourishing and thriving community of recreational business activities with over 60 employees, is now a gory site.
You know, it is a place that has housed over 20,000 people since I opened. It has inspired a lot of people to do what I do. It has created job opportunities for a lot of people. It has been a safe haven for so many Nigerians, especially the young ones, even the old ones. You know, it has housed all ages. We have had birthdays, we have had engagements, we've had bridal showers, you know, we've had people coming from Lagos, companies come and hold their retreats here.
According to the operators of the garden, a group of women from different parts of the country who came together under the canopy of One Nigeria claimed that they were allocated the garden first in 2002. By 2011, they started developing the allocated land, which became Trinity Garden.
So, Mr. Olayinka, I mean, how do you respond to claims such as this? And this is just one out of stories we are beginning to hear in Abuja, that they got the proper title or the documentation for the land, and one day their business is no more.
Let me correct this impression. People don't know. You don't get title. You don't get title for park and recreation. This thing you have seen is a garden. Is for park and recreation. It is not title. It is letter of intent. The meaning of letter of intent is that the property, the land, so to say, does not even belong to you. It is like a lease, like a rent. You are
How many years lease exactly?
The highest you get on a park and recreation is 30 years. I had 12 to 2002. That is 23 years, 23 years ago. So, and the highest, it is between 15 and 30 years. Some of these things, they will not come and tell you that, oh, we were given this letter of intent for 10 years, for 15 years. Even allocation for, that is property title, is for 99 years. Park and recreation is for 30 years maximum. Then, you must have I've also noticed that most of the things we have seen in Abuja is people changing the purpose for which we have addressed one issue here. Before. Somebody that got that letter of intent for park and garden that went and built school and a church. The woman went and built school and a church. So people just come out and just want to whip up sentiment. It is not about sentiment. It is about, have you done the right thing? If I rent,
and the right thing in this case would be,
if I rent
after 30 years, is it renewable or what exactly?
After 30 years,
yes.
The person, that is why it is given as a rent. If I build a house and I give it and you rent my house, maybe 2 or 3 rooms in the house, I might decide next year that this house I don't want to rent it out again. I might decide in 4 or 5 years and say I don't want to rent it out. I want, okay, the house used to be 3 bedroom. I want to change it to 4 bedroom. I want to change it to 1 bedroom.
In this particular case, they have 30 years, and it's not up to 30
in
years.
This particular,
when you say people, Mr. Lere, let me ask you, when you say people change the documentation they have, then we have to ask those in the FCTA. Is there connivance? Because, I mean, nobody wakes up with ink and biro to change it. So how are they able to get such documents?
Some of these things, you have asked one very important question. Some of these things you see, I can't rule out connivance inside. But what I'm telling you is that government will not wake up this money, tomorrow money, and say this property no longer use it. Your landlord will not wake up tomorrow and say don't use this. For instance, we went to where is this place? On Saturday for inspection. One of the places we went for inspection on Saturday, and we saw there was a drainage, underground drainage, and the underground drainage is behind a building. Behind a building. And the owner of that building came to the minister. Minister, please, I beg you in the name of God, do not let them demolish my house. The minister told her, but you yourself can see that the drainage is behind your house. How do we leave this house without bringing it down? Road is being constructed.
Supposed to be a setback. But back to the issue of this particular garden.
This issue of garden. Number one, government withdrew all letter of intent on gardens in the FCT.
To what intent really? Is it to continue to use this as parks and gardens, or to convert the usage to maybe residential, or what exactly?
It is to also look at all these allocations, all these letters of intent. Are these places really for gardens? Because in some cases too, I have seen people personally were given this letter of intent on green areas where you are not even supposed to put anything.
But so, green areas can accommodate, I mean, parks and gardens.
There are part of green areas that you can do park and recreation. There are part of green areas that you cannot even put anything.
Can I ask you, is the minister and the administration worried about the growing concerns that property in Abuja is no longer unstable and it is unpredictable? Are you concerned?
Property is predictable. Don't let us put sentiment. If you get proper allocation of land.
How do you know what is proper?
The problem with that people is that we always like to go to do corner.
So is the FCTA dealing with the insiders?
If you want land,
are you dealing with the insiders that are colluding?
If you want land in this Abuja, there is ages.
Right.
Abi? There is a government department that is called Aegis. We all know. That is where you should go. That Aegis has information about everything in this FCT.
Right.
They will show you this place you cannot build there. This place you cannot. This is what you can build there. Then when you even get that allocation, you must do your building plan and take it to development control. For development control to come and inspect and see, what is because there are areas too that there are kind of buildings that you should put there. If you don't do all those things and you now have issues, don't blame the government, blame yourself.
Right. So
if, for instance, let me if the government says, by when you are driving, for your own safety, you must use seat belts. But in Nigeria, we are still waiting for road safety to come and enforce use of seat belt that will save our own life. So if you don't now use seat belt, God forbid you have accident and you die, is it the fault of the government?
Now, on the issue of the conversion of buildings, residential buildings to commercial, and just like you said, the minister has somewhat given those who have defaulted some kind of leeway to go ahead and maintain their commercial property, the commercial use. What exactly will the state be doing, the FCT ministry be doing to ensure that there's a deterrent, that people don't go ahead and convert, you know, residential to commercial?
Number one,
when
people did not pay their ground rent, you know, some of these things, we never witnessed them before. It never happened before. You know, we run this country like this Nigeria before. Before Tinubu came, before Wike came, nobody believed that a government can come and say you must pay ground rent and you must pay. Nobody believed that the government can come and say can enforce land use. Now, those who did not pay ground rent, the government did not only say that come and pay. There is penalty.
Okay.
2 million, 3 million, 5 million. Those who have done conversion, there is penalty of 5 million. They must first pay. Over 50% of the number, that is the area that we captured. The government is still going to other areas. So.
All right, okay. Mr. Lere Olayinka, it's a lot, you know, even enforcement, I was going to ask you, because we've seen enforcement turn nasty in Abuja, but we have to thank you for coming on the news tonight. Senior Special Assistant on Public Communications and Social Media to the FCT Minister Newsom Wike, Mr. Lere Olayinka, thank you for being here.